Hello, hello, hello. I am here. I am here. The mic is working. The cameras are on. Today was not a fun afternoon. The camera moved. I moved the camera. I bumped the camera. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be right approximately there. There we go. Bumped the camera. Oh my God. Today was actually, the day started off really nice. I slept in good, had a good morning, things went well. And then we did our usual Saturday family adventures. We went off, we did stuff, right? Saturday's the day to get out of the house. Then I came home and I filmed the video. I came out to the garage, I set everything up, I filmed a video, I filmed that guy. You notice I had to like cover stuff with sheets to make the set look good. By the way, lighting that area of the garage for filming sucks, so you get what you get when it comes to color balance. So I filmed the whole video, okay? I have a setup over there, I have a setup over here with all the fun little prints that I printed. Yes, this one's in the video. This is the bait print, because I know people will comment on this print. So I printed it for the video. But anyways, so I go through the whole rigmarole of filming the whole video. And for those that don't know how I film videos, I try not to. I don't like videos. I like live streaming. Because I can talk here. We can banter for hours and I'm good. You put me in front of a camera by myself, I can't even do an intro. So anyways, I go through the whole thing of editing, or of recording the whole video. Okay, how I make videos is literally I just have bullet points and I talk. I'm a yapper. I will talk and then I will edit it down. So I spend like an hour and a half, 2 hours out here in the garage recording. Right, everything's going good. And then I go inside and I dump all my footage onto my computer and I watch the first part, and it is see this little button, right? Oh, wait, wrong one. See how that little white dot is next to the little, it looks like camera film? That means it's in movie mode. That means it's in slow mode. There's no audio. If there was audio, I would have just like filled with the speed setting to get it back to normal. There was no audio. It didn't record audio. The slow and quick mode doesn't do audio apparently. So yeah. So I came out here and spent another 45 minutes, because you know I've already done it once, re-recording the whole thing. And then I went upstairs and I just like set up my computer, and for the past hour and a half, I've just been staring at a DaVinci Resolve timeline. So I was hoping to have the video published before the stream today. So for those that are channel members, Patreon supporters, or your Twitch subs, you would have the video to watch before the stream tonight. I've got it rough edited. I just got to do the final pass through where I go through, I put the background music on, I adjust some stuff, maybe a couple like titles and pictures and whatnot. So it'll be done tonight after the stream, for sure for tomorrow, but I almost have it done. By the way, it's a 30-minute video because I don't like short videos. I don't like short videos. So yeah, so the problem is when I record, I have this, you know, I've got the little monitor, right? So let's see here, turn this on. So the problem is this monitor only shows the output from the camera. It doesn't show the actual, like, what mode I'm in, or like, it doesn't show any of the actual camera stuff. It just shows me what the camera sees. So when I hit record, it doesn't tell me that I'm in slow and quick mode. It doesn't tell me any of that. So that's what got me. Because I'm looking at the camera like this. And the problem is a lot of my setups in my garage, because I'm so space limited, this is literally like against the wall. Like the wall is right here. So it's not like I go behind it often to look at it. I just I rely too much on the front. So yeah, so Feel World. Hey, this was a $90 monitor. It works perfectly. I love it. I just plug a big FP whatever size, FP 700 or whatever. I plug a big battery into here, and then I have a dummy battery that connects it to the camera, and then an HDMI for the video feed. And I just take my lav and plug it in there and stick it in the side. This is a nice little rig. This is a rig I use for all my videos, and it works really nice. I like this rig. And then I can move this around and whatnot if I need to. So this is my I make videos rig. So what are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? That is a very good question. What are we doing tonight? First things first, I had plans, but because today, this afternoon, and making that video was a gong show, those plans didn't really get developed beyond make plans for tonight. So you're eating chips and queso. Oh, dude, I had butter noodles. It was like, what does the little guy want for dinner? I was like, I want pasta. It's like, we don't have anything like butter noodles. Like, okay, whatever. 5 minutes, butter noodles. This is the downside of testing a big printer. I have all kinds of big prints that I have no idea. What am I gonna do with this? What am I gonna do with a 200% scale Eastman Deadpool print? What am I gonna do with it? I've literally done nothing for the past 2 weeks but turn plastic into other plastic things that will go in the garbage. So tonight we're gonna print something big and throw it in the garbage after. I figure, actually, we are gonna do some work. We are doing some work. We are doing some work. But we are gonna print something big on the big printer. I got a feeling we'll start with that. We'll do a big dumb print on the printer. And then once that gets going, I've got several kilograms of parts I need to de-support. Does that sound fun? Butter nozzles and eggs. Ooh. Do the DJI mics have backup audio as an option? They do, but I'm not gonna sit there and try and sync audio that was recorded at real time to a video that was recorded into slow-mo that had its frame rate adjusted. Also, it was these lavs, which I don't have the recording mode saved, because these lavs talk to, these are the DJI 1 mics. The ones that have the backup are the DJI 2 mics. These ones I think have backup too, but because these talk to a continuously on receiver, it doesn't record. It doesn't record. Like, I'm sure I could set them up to record, but the problem is the receiver doesn't know when it's recording because it's streaming. It's always on. It's always streaming, right? And I would disable it anyways. I think they did have them originally. Like when you turn it on, it auto recorded. The problem is it only records for 8 hours. I stream 9 hours a week. I'm not gonna delete them every week. So, cause I use these mics for when I do videos. I already deleted the footage. Cause I also deleted the footage because it was obscenely large, because it was like 2 hours of normal time footage at like 4 times slow-mo in 4K 30. So it filled up my whole SD card. So I just, why not make the other parts to make the engine block? I don't even know if that engine block can be functional. It's just a Prusa test print. Also it's plastic and I'm not an engine guy. So, I mean, we do have the Dark Fortress Abatador. We do have this. So what I think tonight we're gonna do is we're just gonna find me something fun to print. What do you think would be fun to print on the big printer? What would be fun to print on the big printer? And we will print it on the big printer. I think I have one more. I got one more spool of Galaxy Black PLA 2 kilograms to play with. And I might have a spool or two inside. Actually, somebody find me a Labubu print. A single piece Labubu print. Labubu. Printables. If you know the meme, or the TikTok. I need a Labubu. I need a single piece Labubu print. This is not a Labubu is not something to easily print, eh? 15 parts. I mean, my 24 karat gold Labubu. A dice tower. I mean, I got this gold spool here. I actually do want to print something in gold now. What is something big I could print in gold? I mean, we could just print a Pikachu. We could just do a low poly Pikachu. Most popular. Lafufu is the fake Labubu. Yeah. I mean, we could just do a Pikachu. We do a big... Oh, dude. Oh, this will be fun. I don't think this needs support either. Yeah, we could do this without support. We could scuff this without support. Yeah, we'll do that. Pikachu with the thick tail. Yeah. Buff Pikachu. Swole Pikachu. I don't think you can print him. I mean, it's... I mean, we could print them with glue them together. Nah. Here, let's see. Also, you know what? I'm going to download the newest version of Orca Slicer while we're at it, because this version of Orca Slicer keeps being buggy. Orca Slicer. Pikachu. But yeah, for those wondering, I have 2 bins downstairs of parts for the Gundam that I need to fix, essentially, or I need to clean them up. They got support on them, so yeah, we're gonna do that tonight. We are going to get a giant Pikachu going. So let's load the printer up. Let's load the printer up. So we're gonna print a giant Pikachu, and then we are going to go through a ton of support. Today is a chill night. Today, after today, like, honestly, I'd rather be finishing editing the video for tomorrow. I'd rather be finishing editing tomorrow's video, but the masses, they demand their content. You guys demand you require your Saturday night stream. I know you guys can't live without it. So I'm here to deliver upon the masses your weekly content. There we go. I have no idea how. There we go. How's that heating up? I found with the PPS parts, I'm realizing I got to babysit it a little bit more when it comes to loading filament. It is a little bit more babysittable. I got to babysit it. But we do have the whole new tool head on it, and it does look really nice, I will say. Come on, load the filament. Load the filament. You gotta wait for it to heat up. By the way, speaking of filament, every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament from Polymaker. So if you want to win that, link in the video description, enter for your chance, and get up on that, because we're gonna do the draw at the end of stream today. And yeah, you want to win that. You want to win that filament, don't you? Extrude. Yeah, okay, we are loading. We're good. Temperature, cool down. By the way, this printer is literally the most I have used a screen on a 3D printer in a long time. I rarely use the screens on computer or on 3D printers. I normally just, you know, go to my computer and use the clipper interface. But the fact that like I have to walk over there, I have actually been using clipper screen more on that printer than I have on like any other printer ever. It's a lot of, it's yeah. Also, I really need to get better nozzles. Those nozzles string like heck. So. The Homer. Next, agree, next, install. Howdy from Texas. How big is that castle? I can tell you right now, I can't remember exactly what I scaled it to. Venture XL. G-code files. It is... .575 millimeters tall. So this is 575 to here. You can go bigger. There is a version of this that has like this tower part separate, and then you can print the eyes and everything. I actually want to do that. I need to get more black filament that like would work for it. I actually do want to make like a full-on light up Dark Fortress of Barad-dûr with like the lava and everything in it. Because like this is just, you know, that's such a good camera angle, by the way, of it. It looks so good with the lighting. But yeah, I want to do a proper like fully lit up one and everything. That'd be cool for Halloween project. Okay. Orca Slicer is finished installing. By the way, I screwed up. When I came out here to film the video, I came out, I turned off the air conditioner, I filmed the video, and then I went inside. Or before I went back in, I turned the air conditioner back on because I'm like, oh, I'm going to stream it a little bit and let it cool down. When I came back out to re-record the video, I was all like chuffed because I had just recorded for 2 hours and I had to throw out all the footage because I recorded in slow-mo, so I had to redo it all again. I forgot to turn off the AC unit. So AI noise cancellation, DaVinci Resolve to the rescue. It works really good. You just throw in a little bit of background music to take out, and it overpower the little weirdness, and it's good. It's good. Okay, Orca Slicer. Here we go. The big castle. Castle? This is the Dark Fortress of Barad-dûr. It's made of obsidian. That's the Eye of Sauron. Uncultured people. Uncultured. Okay, so we got 2 walls, 4 top, 3 bottom, 5% adaptive cubic. Let's scale little Pikachu up. Let's do 400%. Let's see how big 400% Pikachu. We got 1 kilogram to so 400%, that is, so what do we need for support? That is gonna be a nightmare. I mean, I can turn support on. I can turn support on. So how much was that? That was 400? 450? Do organic supports. This is a silk filament too, so it's going to be interesting. What angle is that? That is a pretty sharp angle, I'm not going to lie. 978. Okay, so yeah. Let's do 425%. 425. So 425%. Like, that's something you got to worry about with these big printers is like, yeah, you can always reload. You can always like just swap out the filament if you need more, right? Just switch to a bigger spool or swap spools midway. But like, if you want to print something in gold and it's 1.2 kilograms, if you only have 1 kilogram of gold filament on hand, or 1 kilogram of fluorescent pink, or 1 kilogram of OD green, that's all you have. So like, if you're printing something that you're gonna paint or post-process after, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll print the storm. I'm gonna paint that stormtrooper helmet. I'm gonna print it in black, and then when I run out of black, I'll just switch to another color. Whoop-de-doo. But it's like, no, I want this whole thing to be in this specific color. If you run out of that color, you run out of that color. Okay, let's paint on supports. Why does it have pre-painted supports? Who painted these supports on? I didn't. Who pre-painted this? Erase all painting. Okay. Fill on overhangs only. So highlight overhangs. Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty low. That's a 20 degree, yeah. So you're gonna need support. And we'll just do these little areas. Everything else should be, we'll do that little bottom area too. Actually, do that. Just there, make it a little crisp on that first little bit. Okay. Support. Enable support. Tree manual. Organic. Slice. Put is. There we go. So that is 900 grams of filament. So there's going to be a couple areas that are going to be a little spotty, but I can live with that. Okay. How much for surface area do we got on the bottom? I shouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it warping. Okay. What should I do for... I keep getting the stupid extruder. I'm having stringing issues. 0.8 nozzle. My retract is, or where's my retractions, basically? Yeah, I'm doing a 1 millimeter retraction. It's a Rapido Ultra High Flow Hot End, 0.8 CHT, 30/30. Does anyone have any recommendations for what settings I can play with here? I've already bumped this up to like 1.4, didn't change anything. Does anyone have any recommendations for what would help with Z-hop a little bit more? Or with stringing? Would the speeds, bumping the speeds up for the retractions help? It's been a hot minute since I faffed about with retraction settings. That's how like good stock settings for a lot of machines are nowadays. But like this is way outside my wheelhouse with the big high flow CHT. Like I normally don't do ultra high flow stuff. I think bumping the speed up won't hurt. Bump the speed up a bit. Oh, I've already tried bumping the temp down. And the problem with bumping the temp, playing with temps, I'm printing all kinds of different materials. Right now I'm printing at 215. I'm printing at 215C with the Rapido Ultra High Flow 0.8, and it seems to be fine. 60, try 60 speed. Yeah, we'll try that, whatever, safe. Slice plate. Watch my camera freak out. Camera freaking out so fast you can't see my dance. Oh wait. Increase wipe distance. Where is wipe distance? Wipe. Where's wipe distance? Wipe bond retraction. Wipe distance 1.4. Try 1.4. I see it. There's a delay, beep dog. There's a delay. There we go. Okay, print. Upload and print. This is an 8-hour print. We are sucking down a kilogram of plastic in 8 hours. This... At 8 hours, just... It just sucks down the filament. It's like Gale when he sees a shoe. Just slurp that up like a horse eats a carrot. Alright, you can now live over here. How's the camera angle for this, by the way? Yeah, that'll work for now. I'll move it over when I need to. Imagine using it. I used to, that's why I'm peeved. Bondtech, when Bondtech first came out with the CHT, oop, update. What? Printer online? Are you online, printer? Yeah, you're online. Okay, let me just reset you. Sometimes, I think it's my home network, but like my clipper machines, it's not just one machine. I have like half of my machines like to just fall off the network. They'll still be there, they just stop talking and I just have to like power cycle them. And it's like every couple of days some of them do it. Like the Prusas don't do it, but like the Venture XL does it. One of these two V2s does it, and the V2 downstairs does it, where they'll just like just not work on the network anymore. Like the printer will still be fine. It just won't talk over the network anymore. And I don't know why. Wi-Fi has 16 devices per channel limit. Well, it's a good thing I've got like 30 something devices in my house. Upload and print. There we go. Now it's talking. It's a Debian bug. I could see it being something specific to Linux because I have multiple computers in my house and none of the, it's never happened to any of the computers. And it doesn't happen to any of the printers that aren't running Clipper. Like it only happens to Clipper machines, so. Reset the router. Who resets their router? Although I do have a software update for it waiting. Also, I bought a new toy for those that liked the Twitch streams and hanging out. I was at the mall today because we finished the Barbados. I picked up this guy to build. So this is the next Gundam build series on the Twitch channel. I was peeved because the store I went into had a Goof Custom last week. And I'm like, hey, when I finish the Barbados, I'll go get the Goof Custom, right? Because a smart man never buys more than one Gundam at a time. Otherwise, bye-bye wallet. So I was like, I'll get the Goof Custom next week. And I went in there. They had like a whole shelf of them. No, all gone. Okay. So we got the Gundam Heavy Arms. Fun fact, I barely watched Gundam Wing. Yeah, who says no to machine gun titties? Okay, speaking of Gundam, while that is firing up there, I'm gonna go downstairs and get one of the several boxes of parts we gotta start post-processing. So you guys can watch that. Yell if it catches fire. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, let's see, where do we got? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shoot. Oh, good timing. The Prusa XL is having an error. What's going on? Oh, I ran out of filament. Oh, good timing. Okay. Prusa XL. Okay, perfect timing. We're out of CF Pikachu. So, open the... You guys can, if you can hear, I'm totally opening the packaging of filament the proper way. Feed that back in. By the way, I'm up to, I think, 10 spools of filament used so far for this Gundam print that we're doing. Feed you into the tool head. Oop. Sucked in the new filament. Hopefully you guys can hear me, otherwise I'm just talking to myself. Not even for content. Like, better be for content. There we go. Yes. Okay, resume printing. There we go. Okay. There we go. You come with me. Okay, so that's one box of parts. There we go. There. One box of parts. And 2 boxes of parts. There we go. There we go. So I still have parts printing. I still have like a dozen parts to print. All of this, all of that is for the torso. So if you want to know how big of a project this is, 3D model, nope, yeah, 3D models. This is one of the projects I'm working for the channel right now. These are all the parts for the arms. This is all the parts for the torso. Big printer, no? No. No printer, big printer, go. What do you mean, no big printer, no go? Big printer going. So like this part, right? Like, see this part right here, BD19. That's this. The red is PLA, the black is CF Pet G. BD26 is buried at the bottom of this box, I think. So this part right here, BD26, is this, which is about, it goes here on a Gundam. This is as big as me. We are building a Gundam that's bigger than me. Yeah. So I've got to go through and like, not everything has PLA supports. Obviously I only have one Prusa XL. So today is going to be big printer printing Pikachu. Let me go check the first layer. We're good. We're good. So big printer printing Pikachu, combined with me cleaning up ABS parts, or support soft parts. So that's today. That's today's stream. Grab a beer, smoke them if you got them, and hopefully I don't slice my arm open. I got my good spatula. These spatulas, by the way, that come with like resin kits, the short little stubby ones that are really stubby. These are great for getting supports off, by the way. Because you just kind of like find the seam. Right, you just get it in the seam. Make it so that the, you know how one side has the curve, right? Like the flat side towards the part, the curve side towards the support. And you just kind of get in the seam and just kind of work it in there. Comes right off. And try not to slice yourself. But if you do slice yourself, do it on camera for content. Always be recording. ABCs, always be recording. Are there Gundam suits? I'm assuming they're suits. I know people, I've seen like the memes of people like snowboarding wearing the Gundam suits. Room for acrylic fiber optic lighting in the mech. We are going to do some LEDs in the head and maybe some smoke. We get it, you vape, brah. In the vents, but that might be the extent of it. Yeah, so for example, like this part right here is, I don't even know which one this is. Is this even from this? Yeah, it is. This is, maybe I went down too far. Maybe I ran out of stuff and I started printing other stuff. Is this from the head? Jeez. Here are the legs. This thing is insane. This thing is insane. No, this is one of the blue parts. I just don't know which one it is. Oh, this is like, what is it? This is BD53. So this part right here is this part. So this says at the bottom of the waist. Yeah, there's a lot to this. One part done. Should I keep all the should I keep all this stuff? I don't have a bin to throw all the, let me find a box. Oh, perfect. We'll use this. Now, unfortunately, I do have a few parts that warped. This one, the carbon fiber, didn't really, like, for a lot of it, it stuck really good to the PLA, but this little area right here didn't, so it kind of warped up. But it's inside the part, so I don't think you see it. The plan is to try and avoid post-processing as much as possible because there's 378 parts to this thing. I want to basically take part off machine, clean off support and flashing, put together. So we're going to try to avoid as much faffing about as possible. Look at that. Like, look at that. That came right off. That was like that. Like, I love, like, the problem is this is garbage now. But like, that came off so smooth. Came out like butter. I mean, technically you can do this kind of trick on pretty much any printer that could do multi-material. The thing is, you're gonna have better luck on something that's a proper tool changer because you don't have to worry about the purge as much. The purge. With a filament multiplexer, there will be so much waste per layer. Yep, because you have to purge out all the anything that's cross contaminated too. That's the problem. That is a big problem with like the whole bamboo AMS style. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a problem on the Prusa style as well, the AMS system or the MMU system. The MMU actually produces less waste though, luckily, because the MMU doesn't cut the filament. That's like the damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing with systems like the MMU or the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. If you don't cut the filament, you waste less filament, but you have to spend more time tuning the tip and there's more of a chance of fail. And if a print fails, then it's all waste. So it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't when it comes to waste material like that. So like, I will say, even these were printed on the Mark IVS I have downstairs. And half the reason I'm doing this whole project on the Prusas, one, Prusa's sending me all the filament, and they've sent me enough printers over the years, so I figure I might as well do something with them in terms of making content directly about them, because I didn't do any reviews. But two, the fact is I can just grab any one of these parts that I need to print, throw it onto any of the Prusas I have available, pick the Prusament from the slicer filament section, pick the profile I want, and hit print, and I don't have to worry about it. Like, support settings are just keyed in. Like, it just, no hassle. Like, that's not bad. Clean out the brim. Probably didn't even need to print with a brim, but I did anyways, because insurance. We're good. Like, I've done stuff with, like, the Mando suit. The Mando suit I did on my Vorons and the Bamboo X1. And by the end, it got annoying because every printer had different, like, profiles and printed different filaments slightly differently. So it's nice to have, like, I get the curated ecosystem for stuff like this. I get it. I get the curated walk in the park. There we go. One more carbon fiber PETG part. Done, ready to rock. More support for the support pin pile. Should I put my apron on? I should put the apron on. I don't want to slice my stomach open. We'll be safe today, kids. We'll wear our protection. Had an in-between between the Core 1 and the XL. The thing is, it would be its own new printer. Like, that's the problem. It's like, half the reason I think the Core 1 works as well as it does is the fact that it reuses so many Mark IV parts. What you're asking for is essentially a single tool XL. So essentially a single tool XL, which already exists. So this part, I had some issues because it didn't stick to the PLA, but ready. So this printed like this. Are you ready for the most satisfying support removal ever? Ready? Are you ready? Like a glove. Nice and clean. I know. It's so nice. And then you go back to a part that doesn't have PLA supports and you're like, dang it, I actually have to work. Right. This one's a little annoying because it's all like connected, but once you disconnect it, somebody get a wood chipper here because we're chopping trees. Like, if anything, this is just more stuck on just because of the geometry is wedging it in there more than it's actually stuck. Like square peg, round hole type stuff. If I had a pair of cutters, I could probably snip these. There we go. Imagine trying to print something like this 5 years ago on a 3D printer. Like, imagine trying to print something with this sort of object geometry on a 3D printer 5 years ago. Like, that's insane. Three hours. I've done it. I've done it where there's like, I printed stuff where I spent like an hour trying to get support off and just give up. I've done it. Oh, you're already trying to bridge stuff that isn't gonna work. Oh well. Whatever we get out of the Pikachu is whatever we get out of the Pikachu. I should have put more support around his lower body. That's okay. Yeah, this part right here is struggle bussing. The Pikachu crotchal region. Also, gentlemen, F's in chat, I've got a Bobo. I have lead for the Gundam. This one's gonna be a nightmare to get. That's what I gotta do. I gotta make larger wall offset settings. Go. By the way, who here has seen the Battlefield 6 trailer? I'll be honest, it's actually looking... I don't pre-order. Never pre-order. But I'm tempted to wait for it to come out and purchase it after release, after reviews are in. Didn't see any gameplay? Well, I know. Well, technically we did see gameplay, somewhat sort of. We saw single player set pieces. The multiplayer trailer comes out later this week, but the thing is, there's been some stuff leaked about the game. Because there's like, what, Battlefield Labs or whatever. So like, some stuff has kind of leaked already, and it does seem pretty, like old dice. Like, give me that Battlefield 2, Battlefield Bad Company 2 vibe. Give me that back. Call of Duty is lost to me. I haven't bought a COD game in years. The last Call of Duty game I bought was like Black Ops 2 or something. Or Black Ops 1, maybe. Four stick. I've heard the Fantastic Four movie's pretty good. What's going on, Gregman? Galactic Armory's video where he explained why he thinks he got the scenes that Tokyo is making a 40K helmet. Makes sense, Apulo. It's, as much as it sucks to say, Games Workshop is fully within their right. Another company is taking their IP, their designs, and profiting off of it. Okay? Like, that would be like me selling Mickey Mouse, right? Like, a lot of people, there are a lot of 3D models of Mickey Mouse. But if I were to set up an Etsy store selling the files for a 3D model of Mickey, the mouse lawyers would be knocking on my door. So, like, that's the thing. If Galactic Armory wasn't selling the models, it wouldn't be that big of a problem. Mickey Mouse is not public domain. An interpretation of Mickey Mouse is public domain. Steamboat Willie is public domain. Mickey Mouse is not public domain. So yeah, if... Oh, he wasn't surprised or salty about it? I know he's not, because he can't be salty. He can't. Like, he probably knew this was a possibility. Also, I'm sure they made a decent amount of money from people signing up at the last minute to download all the files. So I'm assuming Galactic Armory is doing fine. But you can't be mad because you have no grounds to stand on to be mad. You were doing something you were not supposed to the whole time, right? It's like, I can't sell Iron Man suits. I can't. I can give away the files, but like, I don't own the rights. I can't take something else, some other trademark copyrighted character, and profit off of it by basically like that. So, you put an open call. Yeah, Games Workshop don't care. Games Workshop would rather make more money from selling toys than getting a cut of some, because the problem is, if they allow him to continue as is, companies like the toy company would be like, why would we pay you the rights when you're letting some other one, like, it's a license, then it becomes licensing and fairness between different license. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. So it was one of those things, it was cool while we had it, but the fact that, you know, at any point, Games Workshop lawyers could knock on the door and be like, hey, guess what? You're not allowed to do this. And you got no leg to stand on. It's like, I'm pretty sure, wasn't there like a fan dub or a fan comic? There was something community driven about Warhammer that Games Workshop put like a stop to at some point, I believe. There was something. I'm trying to remember what it was. But it's like, yeah, they're not the only ones to do stuff like that. So, yeah. Fan animation? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, like, luckily they got the guy who did the Astarte shorts on board, and I think they hired him. But, like, again, profiting off of a company's copywritten, trademarked IP is good luck. You don't really have a ground to stand on if they want to come after you. If the models were free, it probably would not have been like, this probably wouldn't have happened. But the fact that they were charging for the models is the no-no. So, always paranoid of like, I've done it before, trying to take supports off something. And you're like, wow, this has taken a long time to come off. And then it finally comes off and it turns out you took like a chunk of the part with it. And you're like, ah, dang it. That wasn't supposed to come off. Always have art produced on the stick. Yep. It'd be interesting. I really want to see what's going to happen with the Warhammer TV show. I'm really hoping it doesn't get stuck in development hell. I'm really hoping it comes out. And apparently, I heard this the other day. Apparently, Amazon, the folks that actually managed to come up with a game adaptation that didn't suck, the Fallout series, apparently they might be doing Wolfenstein. They might be doing a Wolfenstein video or a TV show or whatever. They need to get the guy from Reacher to play BJ. That's all I got to say. They got to get the guy from Reacher to play BJ. And like every season needs to end with him killing Hitler in some form. Although, don't get me wrong. It's going to be funny to watch people complain about that. Due to the implications. In a Mass Effect series, it'll be interesting, the Mass Effect, if they do. Because Mass Effect's been kind of circling the drain for a while. Now, granted, it's only had like one bad game. And that was Andromeda. But considering the state of EA, I'm not holding out for the new Mass Effect. Because BioWare is dead. BioWare is not BioWare anymore. Backlash. You know what? I was around when 3 came out. And honestly, 3 was a great game until the very end. And then once they kind of fixed it a bit, it wasn't that bad. The biggest problem with the ending of Mass Effect 3 was the fact that you had hundreds of choices throughout the game. And at the end, all the majority of it came out to was you got points for this decision you did in the first game. Maybe like a little email and a little chat or whatever, or instead of this person you talk to this person. They both give you the exact same mission, but if you help this person in Mass Effect 1, it's that person again. But if you didn't, it's just a random other NPC. And it turns out like a lot of the stuff we did didn't really do much. And it was like the ending was either red, blue, or green. Pick one. So it was a little disappointing, I'll admit. But like, looking back at it, compared to how some game series end today, it wasn't that bad. First episode of Alien Earth was really good. Nice. I still need to watch the new one. I haven't bothered to sit down and watch it yet. I tried playing Alien Isolation, but I don't do horror games, so that didn't go well. Romulus is on the high seas. Oh, I know. Yar me mateys. About the 4K Blu-ray. The last movie I bought on Blu-ray was, I think, Into the Spider-Verse. Whatever the first Spider-Verse movie was. I bought that one on Blu-ray because we had just gotten a 4K TV. And I was like, well, let's get a 4K video to watch on it. And I got that. And guess what? I've never watched it because I never bothered hooking my, moving my PS4 over to that TV to watch Blu-rays on it. Because I don't really watch TV on TVs anymore. What's a Blu-ray? I mean, like, a lot of, like, physical media is dying nowadays. Like, physical media is kind of dying. Was like, hold my space beer. Yeah, Andromeda, I was so hyped for it, and then I don't pre-order games. I wait for reviews, and the reviews came out, and it was like, this is undercooked. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll get it after a couple patches, and it was like, eh. And then it was like, maybe I'll get it on sale, and then I was like, eh. I will still contend, though, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, if you can get your hands on the Mass Effect Legend, well, you can get your hands, you just go on Steam and buy it. Buy the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It comes with all 3 games. It's all updated and whatever. It's got like a new engine or whatever. And just play all 3 games back to back in one continuous go. Think of it as one story, Act 1, 2, and 3 is so good. Like, I'll be honest, I think Mass Effect is like one of the few games that scratch the itch for me the same way Baldur's Gate does. Where it's like, give me a game where like, yeah, the gameplay's good and like the combat's good or whatever, but like the actual story and characters have me invested. Like, I want to take this person on a mission because I like this character. Not because like, oh, this character is the gun character and guns are good. No, I like this character because I like this character. I want to blow up giant space robots with my blueberry, damn it. When 2 came out, and imported game from data, and your character suddenly had rock. Oh yeah, if you were an evil character. But yeah, Mass Effect is one of the few games that scratch that itch the same way Baldur's Gate does. There we go. Another cleaned part. This is gonna be a nightmare. How does this? This is gonna be fun. How can I do this without breaking? Because this is like, luckily it's a bit like springy, so it's not too bad. Oh, of course that's on an angle. Of course that's on an angle. You're just asking me to cut myself, aren't you? This whole part is like, you are going to slice your arm open doing this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. What sliver software? Slicer? I'm assuming you mean slicer. It depends on the printer. If it's my Prusas, I use Prusa Slicer. If it's my Pantheon, I use Pantheon Slicer. And for my Vorons and most other machines, I use Orca. But I'm not tied to any one slicer. I will switch slicers if a better version of some other software comes out. I have no qualms about slicer hopping. Whatever slicer is the best at the moment is the one I go with. Mods are great, more missions and content. The only mod I've played with Mass Effect is the one for Mass Effect 2 that allows you to recruit companions early. Because for those that don't know, Mass Effect 2, originally you were supposed to be able to like recruit everyone at any point. But because the game came out on, you know, Xbox, they had to make it fit on 2 discs. Like the game wouldn't fit on 2 discs. So they had to like split the game up artificially into 2 sections. So they made it so you can only recruit half the characters in the first half of the game and half the characters in the second half. But the thing is, that was like a late game change. So there's still a lot of data for like, if you recruit like Legion and Tally after the first mission, you can bring them in other missions in the first half of the game, and they have interactions, they talk. So I did that on my replay of the Mass Effect Legendary. I downloaded the mod that allowed me to recruit everyone at any point. Pikachu's gonna need some manscaping. How bad is that? I don't think it's too bad. Oh no, he's fine. It's good now. I mean, it's the bottom of the Pikachu, right? Put him in a little fuzzy grass. He's good. He's good. I gotta be I'm paranoid here because I'm trying to like break off a section that I know has part below it. There we go. I can peel off support like that, but I can't peel off the stupid tape on a piece of plexiglass. You can tell these parts were designed to be a Gundam part first and a 3D printable part second. There is a lot of, why is this designed that way? And it's like, well, it's designed that way because that's how the Gundam is. But that doesn't make it easy to 3D print. There's quite a few parts like this on this. Luckily, a lot of those parts are on the inside, so they're just kind of structural. So if they look a little weird, yeah. I already know I'm going to be printing a few sheets of PETG, like 1 or 2 layers thick, just a sheet of it, and cutting it out and gluing it on some like overhanged areas that just didn't come out right. What's the go-to multicolor printer? It depends. Do you want multicolor or multi-material? If you want multi-material, you want a tool changer. I'm a firm believer that if you want to do multi-material and do it properly, you want a tool changer. Yes, you can do multi-material on something like a bamboo with an AMS, but you're also going to not have the best outcome with it because you're essentially kind of fudging it. You got to deal with all the purge. You're going to waste a lot of material, and it's not worth it, in my opinion, if you're serious about it. It's one of those, I could do it in a pinch, but I wouldn't want to do it regular type things. Now, if you want to do multicolor, it's okay. Yes, you're going to be wasting a lot of material, but it's a cheaper setup. So think about it this way. It's like buying a gas car versus buying an EV car. You can get a comparable outfitted gas car for, say, $30,000 that you can get for an EV for $45,000 on paper, hypothetically, okay? So you say you spend $15,000 more so you don't have to buy gas, but you can buy a lot of gas for 15, all right? So, yes, you can get an AMS system, a single nozzle AMS system or MMU system, a lot cheaper than a tool changer. Yes, it will waste a lot of filament, but you're going to be wasting a lot of filament before you break even with the price of a tool changer. So if you only plan to do multicolor stuff every now and then, it's not that bad of an option. But if you plan to do it regularly, and the amount of waste and time is a problem to you, for me, time isn't an issue. I have the fastest printer in the world. More printers. I have multiple printers. That's the fastest printer in the world. So, it doesn't really matter to me in terms of speed. So it comes down to what you need. If you need to do a lot of multicolor, or correction, you need to do a lot of multi-material or a lot of multicolor, a tool changer is your best option. But if it's like a sometimes thing, every now and then, you can get by with a an AMS type system. Will I be upgrading my ERCFA from V2 to 2.5? My ERCFA is still V1. And I haven't played with it in years, so probably not. Oh, this was a really bad print. I don't trust this print at all. This was really wet anthracite gray. There we go. Really flexible too. This is another reason I'm doing it all in PET G, is because it's a little bit more springier. I'm less worried about snapping apart. Yep. By the way, for those wondering at home, let's see, can I do the webcam? Boom. Properties. No, not that one. There we go. There we go. We are currently flowing at 42.7 millimeters cubed a second. 42.7. Is that good for silk filament? Probably not. But here we are. Ooh, it's another one of these ones. No prep, by the way. This just came out of the pile. Ready? Ready? That is how support should come off. Every time. I wish it came off that easy every time. What's the weight difference? I will tell you in a second here. Okay, so the printed part that I actually need weighs 133 grams, and the garbage is 117 grams, 119 grams. It's a lot more material, and this is printed pretty light. This is only 2 walls, 4 top bottom, and like 5 or 10% infill. A lot of these parts are printed pretty lightly. By the way, if you're thirsty right now, GamerSupps is having a their annual summer in July sale, or summer in July, Christmas in July sale, where you get a free cup if you buy a tub, and the more you buy, the more free stuff you get. So if you want to try some GamerSupps or buy some, check out the link in the video description. Affiliate link doesn't cost you anything extra, goes a long way in supporting the channel. And if you've never tried GamerSupps before, you can get free samples. They'll just send you a package with free samples. So if you want to try it, use the link in the description and get yourself some free samples. And if you want to buy some, now is a good time to buy or stock up. I know I put in a request for a top up. It's been a while. Yeah, so like the bottom surface isn't perfect, but like compared to what traditional supports would leave scarring wise, and the fact that this is still geometrically accurate, we're good. Oh, I'm going to be finding, wow. That was a good first layer for the support, eh? Or actually, no, that peeled off the bed. That stayed on the bed, that's right. Bad. Bad peel off the bed. You can tell when I ran out of the this partial spool of PETG that's been sitting in the garage for a week, and I switched to a brand new fresh spool of PETG. You can see the line where it went from like waterlogged PETG to good PETG. So the support, that's his chin support actually. Oh yeah, this area looks like poop. The rest of it should be good. Don't you find it funny we could print like a 900 gram Pikachu? That is, how tall is this guy? That is 425 millimeters tall in 8 hours. I love big printers. I was big on the big printers are dumb until you get a big printer, and then you're like, I get it. Just like you can get a free spool of Polymaker Filament if you enter for your chance to win before we do the draw at the end of stream today. Link in the video description. Enter today. Oh, that's gonna be a nightmare to clean out. It's starting to get there. Why does this music sound like an alarm clock? having flashbacks to being in high school and my waking up to my Motorola Razr. Okay, note to self, don't do multiple layer brim. Why is this brim so thick? Seriously, I think I set this brim to like 3 layers thick. I'm going to cut it off with a frickin' knife. Actually, I did do that. I accidentally set my brim to 3 layers thick instead of skirt for 3 layers. That's a dumb move. For a nice Zaku. Ooh. I was so peeved that I wanted to get a Goof Custom, and they were out of stock. Oh no, that's not what happened. The whole print shifted 2 layers in. I had a layer shift 2 layers in on this part. Oh well. I will reprint it if it's not visible. If it's visible, I will reprint it. Yeah, the whole print shifted like 2 layers in. That's weird. Yeah, okay. Did it happen on the other one? Yeah, yeah. You can see it. Like, the print is fine. It's just the bottom 2 layers are just jacked. Oh well. Make it work. It's an interior part that just holds stuff together, so. If it becomes a problem during the build, I'll reprint it. If it's not a problem during the build, I will just move on with my life. Do we have the STL for the bar door? Just go on like printables and search tower or something. It'll show up. What are those parts for? A 1/110 scale Gundam. Because I want to have a 6-foot Gundam. Who doesn't? I'm hearing clicking from over here. What is going on? I think that's just a spool. Yeah, it's just a spool. Making spool noises. Yeah, I'm building I'm making a video series. Hopefully the first part of it would actually be out next week, if I can get it assembled in time. We're building a 1/10 scale Gundam. Which would be about 6 feet tall. The Gundam I'm building is 18 meters tall. I'm building one that's 1/10 of that. Math. Gundam will be an apron holder. That would be pretty cool. I'm hoping if I get it done in time, I should get it done in time. I'm going to bring it to 3D Printopia in September there. And it'll live at the Prusa booth, hopefully. Because I don't have a booth. I also haven't bought a hotel yet, so I gotta get on that. But anyways, long story short, I'm going to bring it to 3D Printopia. And the plan is to drive there with it in the passenger seat. Or at least in one of the car seats, just sitting. That way I could take advantage of the high occupancy vehicle lanes. Because that's totally legal, right? Totally legal, right? I mean, if you're going to cut towards yourself, at least be wearing an apron. So I guess I got that going for me. People got fined for it. You know what that is? That's clanker discrimination. People being discriminating against robots. That's what it is. I love how people started using the term clanker from Star Wars as an insult towards robots and AI. It's just so funny. I'll leave it to humans. There we go. I've never seen this happen on a print where it shifted like one layer in. It must have been a blob on the nozzle or something. It was pretty crappy filament. Way too wet for what I was using it for. What time is it? 9:30? Can I bust into the Saturday night drinks? We're almost done the first box of parts, by the way. And then I have a whole second box of parts. I probably should be recording this on a time lapse for the video itself. But what I'll do is I'll reference this point in the video when I make the actual editing video of me building this. Be like, you want to know how taking supports off? I did it for a whole stream. Go watch the stream and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the streams. Where's the adult bevy tonight? I think I picked up some beer last time I went out to Walmart. I think I have some Land Shark. Bamboo route first, but quickly right by all newer printers are clipper based. Nice. Nothing, okay. There's nothing wrong with bamboo printers if you're looking for something that just make plastic boat. The moment you try to use them for businesses or you try to go outside of their curated walled garden ecosystem in the way you use the machine the way we want you to use it, then it starts to get a little annoying. That's honestly why I stopped using my bamboos. I have 2 bamboos. I've used them for many projects. I have an X1 and a P1. I just stopped using them because they got to the point where it's like, the way I like using my printers is not the way the bamboos work, and it got annoying. Especially with all the updates and like locking features out. It's like, I don't want to deal with that shit. So I will deal with it by not dealing with it. So now pretty much the only printers I use are some DIY machines like my Vorons. I do use the Venture XL or actually, I'll be honest, I probably won't be using the VZ-Bot as much anymore now that I have the Venture XL. Because the VZ-Bot I only use when I need to print tall stuff. And then we got the Seaboard Trident here, which I'll be taking over for fast stuff, because it's got the tube in it. So I gotta do a printer clear out one day. I gotta do a yard sale of 3D printers at some point. I've got so many printers I gotta clear out. I gotta figure something out. Don't randomly DM me asking for printers. It's weird when I get random DMs from random people asking to come to my house and take a printer off my hands. If I figure something out, it'll be public. Any opinions on Octoprint versus Fluid or Mainsail? Unless there's like unless there is an Octoprint plugin that you cannot live without and you absolutely need, there's really no point in running Octoprint with Clipper, in my opinion. Unless, again, there is an Octoprint plugin that you absolutely need. So use Fluid or Mainsail. I'll be honest, I was big on Fluid at first, but then Fluid went on like development hiatus for a bit. I switched over to Mainsail, and I've been using Mainsail ever since. Fluid has been back in development for years. It just kind of, I've gotten used to Mainsail, and I like Mainsail. Again, I'm one of those that if it ain't broke, don't mess with it type people. So I've been just kind of sticking with what works. And what works for me is Mainsail. Did I snap it? I snapped it. Quit moving. Oh, was there? Oh, see, this is the problem. I'm trying to hack through it. There's a freaking peg in here that I almost took off. Okay. Hopefully I didn't chunk it too bad. Luckily, I've got a ton of PETG, whatchamacallit. Yeah, that's still on there. Yeah. Just a little nick. Just a little nick. We'll be good. We'll be good. This blue, I don't know what it is with this blue PETG. It just does. Support does not want to come off with it. It was annoying. Wife said no more printers, then I bought number 8. See, the trick is make a career out of 3D printing, so that way it's just a business expense. You don't want to know what's funny? I went to the mall today and I bought a Gundam. I bought a $20 Gunpla kit to build on Twitch. You know what that means? It's a business expense. I paid for it with my business card. It's a write-off. I'm gonna have a bunch of people in the comments be like, that's not how write-offs work. And they're like, I know, but it's funny to say. My business expense to Gundam. Also, don't forget, this week is the member stream. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool and you become a channel member or Patreon supporter between now and Wednesday, or you're even cooler and you gift memberships so that those that can't become channel members become channel members, Wednesday we're going to be doing a channel member stream. We'll probably actually start putting together this Gundam on it. Don't know how long the stream will be. Don't know the exact content of it, but we're going to be putting this together. So probably a lot of me standing around waiting on glue to dry. Although it's gloop, so it dries pretty quick. So we'll see. Should be pretty fun, though. Oh, that's what I forgot. Good enough. You're not going to see it anyways. Oh, more CF parts with reds. Oh, you see that comes off. Chop a bunch of this so it's nice and easy to break up. Also, the plan is the Tuesday stream, we're going to be working on the Seaboard Trident, so it'll be Chubby Tuesday. Oh, let's see, what can we get now? Also, be wearing glasses when you do stuff like this. Always, like, anytime you're peeling plastic or working on stuff like this, be wearing glasses, please. The last thing you want to do is not be wearing glasses and take a chunk of plastic to the eye. I've got metal in my eye. I've had to get metal extracted from my eye. I've had to get rust out of my eye because when I got metal in my eye, I went to the clinic and they froze my eye and they cut out, or they scraped out the metal, or they thought they got the metal out, and then I had to wear an eye patch for 3 weeks. And then when I went back for the checkup, my vision was all blurry, and they're like, oh, we missed a spot. I guess it rusted. Now we have to scrape it out. And then they froze my eye with a needle and scraped out the rust, and then I had to wear an eye patch for like 6 weeks after that as well. Don't get stuff in your eye. Wear glasses. Don't get stuff in your eye. It's not fun. Like, if you want to be paranoid, if like the sense of dread motivates you, just think about it. You only have 2 eyes. And we live our life with the knowledge that we have 2 eyes, not 3, not 4, 2. So if you lose an eye, at least you have a backup. Imagine living your life with only 1 eye, where at any point, something can get in there and now you're blind. Now you're just blind. Remember Kill Bill? Kill Bill, there's that one chick with 1 eye. And then Bill Uma Thurman just go and takes the other eye. And then she just freaks out and she gets left. Imagine that's you. You goofed up, you lost 1 eye. Now you gotta live the rest of your life always paranoid that Uma Thurman's gonna come up and go and take your other eye. So wear your safety squints. Good thing I decided to do this today. I'll be honest, I was like, oh, I'll just do this like before I film the video where we put it all together. This is my whole night, is peeling support. This is what happens when you don't peel it as you go. Actually, I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll. I want to see what you guys do. So let's do a poll here. I want to see. I gotta get some audience interaction here. Okay, poll. Engage. Start a poll. When doing a multi-print project, do you post-process, deburr, remove support, etc. after each print, after all printed? Oh, everyone say hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. There you go. So the poll is, if you're doing a multi-print project, do you post-process your prints, so deburr them, remove supports, etc., clean them up after each print when they're done, or do you wait until everything's printed, then do it all at once? Because I'm finding out right now that doing it all at once method sucks. Because I've got 2 bins of parts that I'm ripping supports off of. Everyone say hi, Steve. Did you convince any famous people at OpenSauce to build a Voron? That is my question for you. Talk to a few who would like to. Nice. See, this is the advantage you have. So we need to switch spots. We need to, you come up here, I do my YouTube channel there. I can't network up here. There ain't nowhere to network up here. I can't do squat for networking up here. There we go. Again, imagine trying to 3D print this like 5 years ago. Well, actually, 5 years ago we had Vorons, but imagine like you've got your Ender 3 V2 and you had to 3D print something like this. Like, this would be a nightmare to print on like an older 3D printer with an older slicer and normal supports. Like, organic supports PLA on a tool changer, cheating. Just cheating. What is that? It's, I will show you. It is either BD19 or BD21, which is one of the 378 parts for this 6-foot Gundam I'm building. Yeah, that's all the parts for just the torso. My hands are getting destroyed from this, by the way. That's coming along good. I know you keep seeing my back when I go to look at the print. Okay, you know what time it is? Are you ready, kids? Beer time, land shark. Yeah, if all goes well, Steve, it'll be ready for 3D Printopia, and it'll be about 6 feet tall. Because who doesn't want a 1/10 scale Gundam? Oh, another one of these stupid prints. That one came off good. Don't you hate it when you get like 2 things that you print at the exact same time, but one of them, the supports come off beautifully, and the other one just like an absolute nightmare? What scale do you print the Gundam at using the Excel? So the parts I have, the file that I'm using, it's from this guy right here, Kai 3D. I think I bought them on Cults or CG Trader, one of them. The parts are designed for a 1/20th scale Gundam. So, for example, the Gundams that I've been building, and we just finished, here, I'll show you a picture. So, I've been doing Gunpla builds on the Twitch channel because it's fun. Build a Gundam, it's cool. So, these are the two I've built so far. This is an RX-78-2. This is the one we're building right now. I'm 3D printing. That's Barbados Lupus, which is another Gundam. So these are 1/144 scale. Okay? So this is 1/144 scale, which means, you know, if you had 144 of these stacked on top of each other, they would be as tall as the original one. For reference, if you are curious how big a 1-to-1 scale is, I mean, just go ask Japan. This is a 1-to-1 scale Gundam. They built a 1-to-1 scale Gundam. They built several of them because it's Japan. So mine would be as tall as a person. Mine is about 6 feet tall. That's the one I'm building. So. It would be fun to do a 1/10 scale aerial, but I ain't dealing with those comments. Because somehow, yeah. Oop, there we go. Gunpla has been around as a term for years. Gundam plastic, essentially. Gundam plastic kit. Gunpla. The one at Gundam Center Japan moved? Yep, it moved. Now, to be fair, it was on an armature. So, yes, it moved, but it, like... life-sized Gundam. I gotta mute this right away so I don't get copyright strike. So obviously this is sped up. So it's on like, unfortunately this doesn't exist anymore. I think they just took it down, like they disassembled it. But yeah, so it moves. It does like a little animation, but you could see the whole robotic, it's all hydraulic, right? So it does move. So yeah, so it's on like a whole gantry. It does a thing. There's more of them. This one's Gundam Unicorn. I think this one transforms. Yeah, there's a couple of them. Yeah, I'm not gonna scroll random TikToks. But yeah, there's a couple full scale or near full scale Gundams in Japan. Again, it's Japan. I mean, if you had the chance to have a full size Gundam outside your company headquarters, would you? Why wouldn't you? Like, unfortunately, thanks to square cube law, real life, actual functional Gundams aren't going to happen anytime soon. But a man can dream. Have it on your lawn. Why do you think I'm building this? I'm going to put it on my front lawn. Fun fact, with it being 1-to-1 scale, I don't have to worry about printing weaponry for it. I could just give it my AR. Although I can't do that on YouTube. I'm not saying I checked to see if it'll hold a 1911, but it will hold a 1911. And if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, you might have seen that picture in the Discord. Oh, you're master. Yeah. Apollo's building a master grade Gundam kit, and it's like the toes articulate. Do the toes need to articulate? Nope, but they do. Have it stand by the door. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping, like, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do on the channel going forward, because like the whole building printers and mods and whatnot, it's not that much fun anymore video wise, because the videos don't do good anymore, and the way the 3D printing market is moving away from DIY printers. Like, it's just printer mods and building printers from scratch don't do as good as it used to. Ever since like essentially since Bamboo came out. Ever since good enclosed Core XY printers came out, and like the ease of entry into 3D printing have gone down, and the quality of entry-level 3D printers have skyrocketed, interest in kits is less. I've spoken to kit manufacturers, sales are down. It's just talking to other YouTubers that do the same thing I do. Things have kind of plateaued. So I need to figure out what I want to do on the channel going forward to keep the monetization train going, because I have a mortgage. Mortgages suck. And the plan at the moment is use the printers I have to make cool shit with them. Functional prints in 3D. Here's the thing. There is a million YouTubers, mostly doing TikToks and shorts, that are, look at this random thing I printed that I can use to hold my soap. That shit doesn't interest me. Printing a random thing doesn't really interest me. Now, printing 378 random things and building a 6-foot tall Gundam, that interests me. Printing a meter-tall Fortress of Barad-dûr all lit up with LEDs, that interests me. That's the kind of stuff that interests me. I gotta still finish that suit of power armor from Fallout. That interests me. I'll be getting back into that after I finish the Gundam. So yeah. Like the whole printing generic, these are some useful prints for around the house. That's low tier content. that I have no fun making, because I don't make stuff I don't like making. That's my problem. If I don't find it fun to do, I don't do it. Another problem I have is if I have fun doing it, I just end up doing it and I forget to record it. That's another problem I have. Oh, I just stabbed myself. When kind of comes along and other projects on the back burner. That's half the reason I fired up the Twitch channel for the Gun Plus stuff, is so I can have an outlet to do the stuff that wouldn't do good on this channel type stuff. So this is the neck collar, I think, or part of it. Ooh, actually, we got to do some 3D glooping today. I forgot, I got to glue this together because I printed it in multiple parts. So hopefully this actually works. We'll find out in a minute. I haven't actually tried the Pet G 3D gloop yet, so hopefully this works good. Also, I'm burning. I can't believe how quickly I'm going through plastic with this project. Also, my wife asked me what I'm going to do with this once it's done, and apparently putting it in a corner in the bedroom was not a valid response. I do want to see if I can re-emulate that meme, though. You know the meme where it's like just lying in bed with my wife and her 6 foot tall like Pokemon plushie or whatever it is. I gotta redo that, but with me and the Gundam. In the chair. Oh. Hey. I'm recreating it, unfortunately, because it didn't appear on camera, but like... Oh! Oh! Bellissimo! Well, it's all PET G. So here was my thinking. I could have printed it in ABS or ASA, okay? I could have. The problem is I only have 3 Prusas that are enclosed. My XL is not enclosed and it's not inside the house. And I've, you know, as much as I YOLO it when it comes to health and safety, I'm actually actively avoiding trying to print ABS in the house now that I have the garage set up. So I do all my bad stuff printing out here in the garage, okay? So, and I don't want to put the XL out here. The XL is an indoor printer. So my XL lives inside. Plus, I wanted to do the trick where you print with PET G and PLA for easy support removal, because it's awesome on these more complicated parts. On the basic stuff, I'm okay using normal supports. But on the complicated stuff, it's nice to use PLA and PET G. So the option was either print the parts in PLA with PET G as a support, or print the parts in PET G with PLA as a support. I am not going to spend weeks printing parts, dozens of hours of my life assembling and cleaning up parts and putting something together, and hundreds of dollars in Prusa's money on filament for it to melt if I leave it in a car on a hot day. Yes, I know there are higher temperature PLAs. I don't trust them because they still get weak under high temperature. So... they will still fail, unfortunately. As with all things. Will these fit? I don't think these fit. So yeah, so I'm printing it in PET G, and the plan is basically parts come off printer, assemble, move on with life. Very minimal post-processing, other than cleanup. I don't think those will fit. Do I have a small screw? I do. That is not small enough. I need a slightly bigger screw. What about you? You're slightly bigger. What about you? Are you slightly bigger or slightly smaller? You're the same size. What about you? Are you slightly bigger or slightly smaller? You're bigger. What about you? You're a reamer. You're a tap. You're not what I need. Okay. Let's see here. Where is my drill? It's over there. So let me go get some glue. I So I haven't actually used Gloop in a while. And the only stuff I've used is the PLA and the PETG or the ABS stuff. I'm assuming the PLA or this stuff will work the same. How do you get PETG supports? I don't know. Ask Prusa. I'm using their default slicer settings. No joke. It's all default. I bought a mannequin to put the upper half of the power on. Sit down in the spare room. Candid Pro foot pick. Foot pick where? Foot picks. Where are the foot picks? Where are the foot picks? Oh yeah, look at them. Look at them grippers. Look at them grippers. How many parts are in each foot? How many? I love the core fighter. I gotta print that still. The core fighter for this thing is, if you don't know what it is, in a Gundam, a core fighter is like the main part of the torso, and like in the show, it like flies out. They don't really do it much in New Gundam. It's like an older Gundam thing. The core fighter for mine is one solid piece, and it's 1 kilogram. I have to print it on the XL. It's the only printer that'll fit on. 20 parts go into each foot, and it's all snapped together plastic. It's insane. The wizards at like the companies that design Gunpla are like, they're crazy. They are crazy. Okay, so let's see. Will this now fit together good? I did put dowels in this. This part was originally supposed to be printed in one piece, but I did split it into 2 in Prusa Slicer, and I'm kind of regretting doing that now. But it does appear to actually go together. And it doesn't really matter too much too, because the seam here is hidden by this part. So it's not that big of a deal if it doesn't line up perfectly. But I am going to shave these down a bit. A little bit smaller. Do you ever print with your Magneto X anymore? I do not. The Magneto X, it was a fun printer. The problem was it was just inconsistent. I had a very, disclosure, I had a very early beta version. Or like just before production, pre-production sample. And I just kind of, it got annoying to keep tinkering with it. It works good. It's not a bad printer. It's just, I didn't want to deal with the hassle anymore. So I just kind of stopped using it. It is what it is. Like, not a bad printer, just... I know some people that have them that have been really liking them. I just stopped using it. Okay, now I gotta glue this together. So let's get some 3D gloop up in here. Now, kids, anytime you're playing with something like 3D gloop, you should be wearing a mask and doing it in a well-ventilated environment. So of course, I'm gonna do it in an enclosed garage and I'm gonna raw dog this shit. Spice King, well, there goes $250. Dude, I'm building mine with like leftover parts from 3D printers. I'm using the snips that come with 3D printers and random files. You don't need to drop $250 on Gunpla stuff. Now, I'm not gonna say that's a bad idea. That actually sounds like a really cool idea. It's gonna work real good. Oh. Get in your hole. There. Oh. Nope. Ah! I'm screwing everything up. There we go. There we go. Glooped. Put a little on the back here just to ensure that we're good. And let's seal it up properly. Put it back in its little storage thing. If you wonder why gloop costs so much, half of it is like this. The fact that it has to ship like a certain way with like you can't have it break during shipping, so it requires quite a bit of shipping prep work. Okay, there we go. That should be pretty solid. I'm going to leave it over here for it to dry for a bit. And back to removing more support. Yay. Is that support? Super toxic. Oh, I know. I know. I am well aware. And honestly, when we get to the actual assembly of it, when I'm actually putting together, you know, big chunks of it, I will wear the mask. Or at least vent better and wear gloves, or at least wear gloves. I should care more about my lungs, but I used to work in the trade. I was next to welders in an enclosed building with injection molds and grinders and cutting, you know, cast aluminum and steel and iron. And I used to smoke and like, I know you should always be precaution, but I'm like, I've done enough damage already. What's a little bit more on top gonna do? I know it's not a great thing to say, but it is what it is. You guys would not like how OSHA approved some of the stuff I did when I worked at the tool shop. We'll just leave it at that. You guys would probably not approve of some of the stuff I did when I worked at the tool shop. We'll just leave it at that. Oh, I know. I quit smoking. I haven't, you know, I don't smoke anymore. I'll be honest. I haven't had a cigarette and it'll be 8 years in October. I don't 3D print ABS or ASA in the house anymore. I only do PLA and PETG, and that's in an enclosed room in the basement. I have actually done quite a bit to try and cut down on exposure. Now, does that mean should I, you know, bust out the gloves and the respirator for 2 seconds of glooping something? I probably should, but I'm willing to roll the dice on that. Now, if I planned on doing it for the next hour, oh yeah, I'd be wearing gloves. And I do have a respirator. I mean, heck, you want to get formal, I have a full Mop 4 suit in the basement with mask. So if you want me to really prep, I can really prep. And for those wondering, it's a French Mop 4 suit. The mask is Canadian Forces, but the suit is a French Mop 4 suit. It depends on which version of the gloop. But essentially, gloop is not good for you because it's essentially breaking down the chemical structure of the plastic and then it's reforming. So gloop is not good for you. It's not good for plastic either, which makes it really good for plastic. Oh my God, we got 4 parts left in our first box of parts. How many flippin' parts? This is the thing, like you think it takes a while to print parts and then the next thing you know, you got 3 boxes full. Is it gonna have a great seal? Vaseline. You just Vaseline your face. You didn't know that? If you need to wear a mask, if you need to wear a actual like respirator, right? You know, you're out at the park with your big bushy beard and like, you know, I don't know, that bad guy from the movie launches VX everywhere and some guy runs up to you like, here's a gas mask, and you have a big bushy beard and you have the option to either just put it on as is or frantically try and shave your face and then deal with that, which isn't going to happen. Or you run into the corner store, grab a tub of Vaseline, smear it on your face, put the mask on. It actually works. Vaseline does work. That was the, on my basic course, we had a guy in my platoon. He was Muslim, so he had a beard. And this was back before the Canadian Forces allowed beards. Now in the Canadian Forces, you're allowed a beard. But when I was in, you weren't. That's half the reason I don't show you pictures of me in the Army, because I didn't have a beard, and it's sad. But anyways, so Momo had a beard, and he had to carry around a tub of Vaseline with him anytime we did gas mask stuff. Because for everyone else, it was put your mask on. For him, it was smear your face in Vaseline, then put your mask on. And now they just don't even care anymore. You can have a beard in the Army. Or at least in the Canadian Forces. What's the bev? Land Shark. Yeah, it was Vaseline because it allows you to make a seal. Man, having an air conditioner out here is so much nicer. How was I like dealing with this for so long without a freaking air conditioner? Like, I'll be honest, it's not the greatest air conditioner. I've already got comments from the last stream from people trying to quote that one video from that technology collection guy going, they don't do anything. I'm like, it is colder in my garage. It is good. I know there are more efficient air conditioners out there, but this was very easy to install, and I have to crawl through a freaking 70-degree attic. Schedule for the coming week? Oh, for those wondering, this week coming up is early streams. So it'll be 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Actually, it'll be 11 to 1 roughly. Maybe a little bit later. But yeah, 11 a.m. start time this week. And then there will be a channel member stream on Wednesday. So. Get the RTV out. Ooh, yeah, slather your face in RTV. I'm sure that'll go over well. Actually, it probably would work pretty well, I'll be honest. Until it dries up and then you're stuck with RTV gasket sealant on your face. Then you are not having a good time. Is this one of those ones? It is. There we go. There we go. Put on a bunny suit. I have a bunny suit. Legit. I have a proper full French NBC suit. If we get to 500 gifted subs by the end of the stream, I'll finish the stream wearing a bunny suit. This is so much work. Okay, I'm never doing this again. I am never doing this again. I am sorry, guys. I thought this would be like an hour of the stream, and then we would still have, you know, time to faff about with something else. I did not expect that this would take the entire flippin' stream. And guess what? Guess what? I still have one more part. One more part. Last part. Last part. Does that? Yeah, those go. Tabs. So put this in here. There. How big are those? That big? Okay. Come on, come on. Oh, it's a stupid rim is holding it on. Peel it off the old-fashioned way. There we go. There's one. Go around. It's like cracking a nut, right? It's like cracking a nut. You just kind of work your way around. There we go. There we go. All done. All done, guys. Hey, everyone. I'm not afraid anymore. I think I just threw all the garbage into this one bin. Oh, well. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm all done. I'm all done. I'm all done. The first box. Posted another cool pic in the chat. Oh, it's got light up eyes. Oh, heck yeah. Mine will have light up eyes. Mine will have light up eyes. I need to get my razor. I should get my electric razor and just trim all this. This, you don't see this, so I didn't bother supporting it. I just let it bridge, and it just bridged like shit. So what I'm probably gonna do is print a few sheets of plastic, like PETG, of like the different colors, so that I can cut them to size and like cover up stuff like this. Because like this is just, it don't matter. It's on the inside of the part. You don't see it ever. Like this part sits like this in the Gundam. So you don't see it. It's on the inside, so I didn't care about it, but I didn't want to waste a ton of support material, so I just let it attempt to bridge. Forgot. Support goes in there. Go. An optional part. Put same size pellets completely. No, seriously, this head has LEDs in it. There's actually like the eyes. I don't think I have the eyes in this bin because this is just chest parts. The eyes are clear, and you put red LEDs behind them. Seriously, there are LEDs for this. And then the plan is to use for the vents. I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna get some vape smoke generators behind them too. Okay, so it's printed flat like that. Ready? Boop! Oh! Easy peasy. Easy peasy. One of the worst cuts I ever got from a 3D printed part was literally from slicing brim off. I was like trying to slice brim off like this, and there was brim here, and I just sliced my thumb open on it. It's like the worst cut I've ever got from a 3D print was literally just trimming brim off from a little piece of brim. And I was like, son of a, really? Out of all the ways I can get hurt, I get done in by that. Don't knock it. Gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. Thank you. That means 5 people get to watch the video early once I finish the stream and finish editing it. I'll figure out thumbnails in the morning. By the way, Apulo, if you're wondering, I know you said you had to put like the vents articulate on the Gundam, and they were annoying because they were so small. These ones are a bit bigger. These ones are a bit bigger. And they do articulate. So. 495 to go. What? Okay, I'm hearing that print's going good. Why am I hearing noises? What's making noises over here? I gotta check. Oh, I think it's just... Oh, okay, I see what's going on. When the filament, it's wound really tightly around it. So when it pulls that last little bit that's like pinched within the side, the sides of the roller, it like snaps out. How's this guy coming along? Any imperfections? No. Buttery smooth golden Pikachu. I won't be able to put the Pikachu in the video though. How's the AC? Oh, it's working good. I mean, like, it's not the most efficient AC unit. It's just a plug-in, like, you know, the one, like a, basically a wall shaker that, or a window shaker that isn't a window shaker. But for what I paid for it, and considering like, I want to get, and I will be getting a proper mini split, because that'll do heating and cooling, which I need. But, like, I gotta insulate my attic better to take advantage of it. And I need to run electrical through the attic to do it. And considering it's about 60 something in the attic right now, Celsius, that ain't happening anytime soon. So for the cost of drilling a 4-inch hole through my door and plugging this in, now granted, it costs a bit to run. According to the Energy Star thing, it's like 88 bucks a year or whatever to run it. I highly doubt it. I think it costs more than that. But I only run it for like 2 hours before I go live. I come out here, I turn it on high. When I come out here for the stream, I turn it on low. And when the stream's done, I turn it off. So it runs for 5 to 6 hours, 3 days a week. That's about it. That's not a lot. Why is it making so much noise? Why is that? I'm gonna watch this until it makes some noise. Oh, it's clipping on something. It's clipping on one of the infills. Is it warping? No, it's not warping. It's just catching on the infill. It's supposed to be Z hopping, but it's not. Stealth changer build when? Whenever I get a kit from LDO. I am waiting on a kit. Whenever LDO gets me a kit, I will be building one. We have Tallboy right here. If you don't know what Tallboy is, it's this Voron V2 right here. It's got a semi-custom carbon fiber gantry, and it's a 330 print volume and a 300 machine with a ton of extra Z. So I'm going to be building a stealth changer in there, and I'm going to not modify the frame. So I'm going to lose some Z. So I'll probably end up only having about 300 of Z. But this will allow me to not have to do the top hat thing for the stealth burner. So it'll be fun. So that'll be whenever I get a kit from LDO. Simple as that. Because as much as I would love to, I don't have the time or the resources to self-source stuff for kits anymore, for builds. So. The exchangers are under 3K and pay for themselves in energy. Same as around 6 years. Yeah, I'm assuming that's if you use them full time. Again, like, I actually checked it. I checked it. I reviewed the historical records, and by that, I just watched some old streams. I only need heating and cooling in this garage about half of the year. From about late March to early June, I don't need AC out here. It's fine. Late March, I wear a sweater. Early June, it's a little warm. It's from like June, July, August, a little bit into September, I need AC. And then I don't need anything until like December for heating. Heating's easy. I just have a plug-in electric heater. It's good enough. Again, I just turn it on a couple hours before stream goes live, turn it off after the stream ends, and it works plenty fine. Is it the most efficient? Nope. But for the amount of hours it's running, it would take many, many years to catch up. But I do want to get a proper thing out here, because the big thing is I have to turn the AC off when I record videos. Right now, you're not hearing it because I have noise canceling enabled, but it's as loud as a 3D printer running. Like, as loud as a good loud fan on a 3D printer. It's not crazy loud because it's a very consistent noise. It's just like a noise. So it's not too bad. Ooh, more PLA on Pet G parts. Oh. What do you want to come off? Oh, this was the bad PLA. This was the bad PLA. I can't remember what type of PLA it was, but it actually stuck to the prints. So good. Just turn your printer beds on. I mean, I'll be honest, the Venture XL puts out enough heat to heat up this garage a couple degrees by itself. Although, if you think a plug-in electric heater is not efficient, I'm assuming a 3D printer is not efficient either. In the winter, just move. Oh, yeah, dude, that thing has a hole in my garage door. I put a hole in the little door there so I can vent out. I went out there today before the stream and put my hand outside that vent just to feel how hot the air was blowing out. And it's hot. It actually is like, A lot of hot air. I shall name you after a politician. Have you tested to see if DaVinci can remove the AC noise? Yep, it does. Believe me. I'm editing tomorrow's video because I was hoping it would be out today. If you missed the beginning of the stream, I came out here earlier this afternoon and I recorded tomorrow's video. Okay. If you don't know how I record videos, I will recap. I don't script stuff. I just kind of have a list of bullet points that I know to talk about and I just talk. I'm a live stream. I like doing stuff live. I can't do scripts. Okay. So I came out here and I recorded my video about the Venture XL. And I was out here for about 2 hours. I turned off the AC, I talked, I recorded the whole video. Well, in my infinite wisdom, I decided to record everything in slow-mo because I accidentally had my camera set to slow and quick, which is the slow-mo setting, instead of camera or video. So unfortunately, I had to re-record everything. Well, when I finished recording the first time, I'm like, okay, I'm going live in 2 hours. I turned the AC unit back on and I went inside. I dumped all my footage and I started checking it, realized I goofed. So I came back out here and I'm like, shit, I gotta re-record everything. So I set everything back up again, re-recorded the entire video. Obviously it's gonna be different than the first take because I had to re-record it all, and again, I don't script. So I probably covered things I didn't cover the first time and forgot about things I talked about the first time. So it'll be whatever it is whatever it is. I hit the key points. But anyways, long story short, because I was in a not great mood when I came out here the second time, I forgot to turn the AC unit off because I get desensitized to the noise very quickly. I don't even hear it. So all my audio had that thing going in the background. DaVinci Resolve audio, AI audio isolation or background isolation 20%, killed it. Done. Don't hear it. So, yeah, it works really good. Armor class? No, we're talking about Ace Combat. Not to be confused with Assassin's Creed. About RTX broadcast. RTX broadcast, I think, is only for live. Like, obviously, it does work on noise canceling. I do use it on my desktop when I'm streaming from my desktop. But I don't know if DaVinci Resolve has a plugin. DaVinci uses AI voice isolation too. Like, it's all pretty much the same thing. I think the video one is meant more for live. Like, if you are actively live and needing voice cancellation. I've abandoned the green team and joined the red team. I mean, I would like... Actually, I don't even know. How is a 3090 compared to like the current best AMD cards? Is it better or worse? Like, I'm assuming it's like a 9070 has got to be better than a 3090. It's got to beat the flagship car from 3 generations ago. What, do I even have white parts? No, these aren't even for this. Why do I have white parts in here? Oh well, they're for another part, I guess. Okay, I will leave these here because these don't go to this. Oh, these are for like the neck or something, or some other random assembly part. Let me see. 9070 is better in rasterization. Okay. So I'm not too concerned. Here's the thing. I already have a 3090. So, like, I'm not in a huge deal to upgrade when I have no problems with the hardware I already have. I mean, I'll be honest, the only game I play right now is Baldur's Gate again and again and again and again. So. One day I'll finally beat Cyberpunk. Did I break that? I think I broke that. Yep, I broke that. Shite. I broke that. Okay. Well, we're going to have a good example of gloop use here in a second. Okay. So, while cleaning off supports, I accidentally broke the tab off on this side. So, I don't have gloves. I really should wear gloves for this, but I'm not. So we're just gonna a little bit of a surgery with the gloop. I'm trying to not touch it at all. A little bit of gloopery. Put you back on the camera so you guys can watch something while I hold this. Play it for, yeah, see, my monitor is 1080p. Now, granted, it's 165 hertz 1080p, but it's still 1080p. What gloop is that? Petchi gloop. Dual 165 hertz. Ooh, nice. See, the problem is my whole setup is 24-inch monitors. I have two 24-inch monitors side by side, and then I have a widescreen above it. It's like one of those cheap, like 21:9, like those really cheap, shitty, like 1080p widescreens. Originally, it was actually out here as my monitor. But anyways, long story short, so I have two 24-inch side by side, and then right above it, I have a widescreen. And the problem is, they're like, the widescreen's wall mounted, and the two 24s are on stands. So the problem is, if I go to like a 1440p, which is 27 inches, it screws up my whole setup, and I have to redo the whole thing. So I'm kind of like stuck with what I got, unless I want to redo the whole thing. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we let that dry for a bit. And hopefully I don't do it the second time. Okay. We're actually almost done. We're actually almost done. So by the way, we're going to be doing the giveaway for some Polymaker filament at the end of stream. If you have not entered yet, you have until I finish cleaning the support off of these 4 parts. And then we'll do the giveaway, and then that will be it for the stream today. And then I got to go back and finish editing the video, or I do that tomorrow when I wake up. We'll see. I might just wake up early and finish editing that video. I'm not really in the mood for video editing tonight after that stupid debacle with having to re-edit the whole flipping video. Ah! Need some gloop. If you need some gloop, click the link in the video description and buy some gloop using code Canuck and save, like, I think 10%. So if you need some gloop, use my link in the description below and use code Canuck and save 10%. It's not an affiliate link. You just got to use code Canuck for the on checkout. Desk pick in the Discord. 1 second. Go check the Discord. Oh yeah. So imagine this only side by side, like looking straight on, and then imagine another monitor right above it. So my problem is I can't move anything without it like screwing the whole thing. Do the tariffs affect the price for gloop, or do they just send you what you need? I haven't bought gloop. Andrew sponsored the gloop that I'm using for this build series. As far as I'm aware, there's no tariffs coming to me, so I don't have to worry about it. For those that don't know, gloop is made in America, so if you're one of those people where that impresses you, there you go, buy some gloop, support an American company. Me being a not American, it's still dirty foreign shit for me, so I don't care that it's made in America. But as far as I'm aware, there's no tariffs coming to Canada with gloop. Shipping might be a little pricey though, because I don't know what the shipping rates are currently. Again, I didn't pay for it. It was sent out. I love, every now and then I do a video where I talk about something that's from like China, like review a Chinese printer or talk about it, and I'll get a comment from somebody who's like, you gotta support American, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bruh, it's all foreign shit to me. What do I care? You want to know what you should buy? Support Canadian. Buy a Pantheon. There you go. There, you want me to be annoying? There, support Canadian businesses. Everyone should buy a Pantheon. That is a Canadian 3D printer. What do you guys have? Lulzbot? No offense to Lulzbot. You guys are trying. You might want to update your stuff so it doesn't look like from 2017 though. I think the CEO of Lulzbot just started following me on LinkedIn, by the way. Or one of the higher ups. It's like, nothing against you guys. It's just your printers are really expensive for what they are. And they look like they're from 2017. Gotta update the parts bin. Okay, let's try and do this time without breaking the tab off. We have Vision. Is Vision Miner American? Actually, you're right. Vision Miner is American. But I don't have a Vision Miner, so... I mean, I have the glue, the bed adhesive stuff. That stuff's great. I put that shit on everything. You should buy some. Link in video description. Lulzbot Cat. Hey, it's their own fault. They want to charge $1,000 for a V-wheel bed flinger in today's day and age. All the power to them, but geez, come on, guys. Come on. It's a $500 printer sold as a $1,000 printer that can't compete with a $300 printer. What do you expect? Like, I think the only reason they're still chooching about is legacy sales and like support for like businesses and EDU. And I'm pretty sure some military contracts here and there. Which, again, nothing against it. It's just, when you're looking for a 3D printer for your little Timmy's birthday, you're not looking at Lulzbot, unfortunately. The bang for the buck is just not there. Like, I know people use them. I know people do cool shit with them. I just saw a video Joel did with somebody who did some really cool stuff with a Lulzbot. They're not bad printers. Again, there are very few bad printers in existence, just price points and use cases. Because if you're outfitting, you know, an entire university lab with 3D printers, your requirement's going to be a lot different than somebody who's looking for a hobby, something to do with their hobby, right? Same way, hey, I like tinkering. I want a printer I can mess with versus, hey, I do cosplay. I need a machine that I can turn on and print giant prints on and not have to worry about it. Like, different strokes for different folks. The market is luckily big enough to support multiple different use cases, but it's still, the market demands what the market demands. So, it do what it do. I cut this so that the seam was like on a corner, and it actually worked out pretty good. Dang it. There we go. And that is it for parts that I had to clean up. I don't know what these parts are for. I think these are for like the waist or something. Or the head or something, I don't know. Okay, so if you're wondering, these are like 95% of the parts I need for the Gundam, for the waist or for the chest. I still have to print, I think the last part I have printing right now is like BD 28 or 29 on the XL. So now I need to print all the gray parts. I've got from like here up printed, but I need to print these and all these gray parts. Then once those are done, I can put the arms together and the torso or the body. So I will be able to put, oh, and I got to print the core fighter, which is huge. And that is that. So I'll have this part assembled, and I'll have the head assembled, or the arms assembled. So it's going to be like a Geodude, basically. The plan is, hopefully it'll be about 3 videos for the whole Gundam build. Introduction, body, arms will be 1 video. I'm not going to go deep into the build. It'll be like a lot of time lapses and whatnot, hopefully. But it'll be body, arms, intro, video 1. Video 2 will be hopefully waist, legs, and stand. And then the final video will be head and final assembly, if all goes well. And then maybe a 4th video, we'll see. But that's like the plan. So. And I form the head. Okay, who wants to do a giveaway? Do you want to do a giveaway? Who wants to do a giveaway? Who wants to win some free filament from Polymaker? Well, will that printer have heat expansion issues as the Phoenix? Probably, but I haven't enclosed it yet. That's a problem for future, Taylor. I do not envy that man. Okay. So let me close all this stuff off here. Okay, there's that, there's that, okay. Let's get these names going. Giveaway, published, no more accepting responses, save, link to sheet, create. Copy. Save. I should have probably run a time lapse for the Pikachu. Oh well. By the way, the printer isn't locked down right now. The printer is on. I haven't locked, or did I lock the wheels down? I don't think so. I unlocked the wheels for the video so I can move it around, and I don't think I locked them. So the Pikachu, I gotta keep an eye on it. At names, clear, open, names. So we got 219 bots, 219. And remember, if you don't win the Polymaker filament tonight, you could always just go buy some using the affiliate link in the video description below. It's plastic, it don't go bad. Just gotta dry it out. Okay, how this works is if you win, that's a long race. You get a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your ball and you win, along with your spool of filament from Polymaker, you also get a free hat. We'll go with this one. This one's out front. Who is this? Who are you? You're so special. You get to sit out in front of everyone else. Who is this ball? Who is this ball? Who is this ball? There's this random ball sticking way out in the front here. You know what? That's how lucky you are. Bugo, if you win, you get a free hat. You better win. You're in the lead. You started with an advantage. Although I think that advantage is gone already. Who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? AVI Prince is in the lead. Although it measures leader by the crow fly, so it takes a minute for it to sort it out. A continuous video. I don't have anything recording right now on the printer. I still haven't set. I still don't know how to set up a time lapse in Clipper. I'll be honest. It has time lapse enabled, like the plugin. I have no idea how to set it up. I think there's like something I have to put in the start G code, but I never bothered. Plus, I'll be honest. This camera angle, the top left one there, is not the greatest for time lapse. So. Gradiraj is in the lead. How do you pronounce that? You have too many sounds in your name. Gradiraj? Are you supposed to pronounce it like one homogeneous word or what? Well, you're stuck in the rocks now. Oh, actually, I'm stuck in the... Ken Schaefer. Did you pulled a little sneaky sneak, I think. Chosen for the hat is the kiss of death. To be fair, whoever is picked for the hat has the same amount of odds of winning as everyone else. It's a completely random thing. Now, I'm sure on some maps there are starting positions that technically benefit more than others. But as you can see from like the sheer amount of faffery some of these events have, there's no real guarantee that, you know, any advantage you have at the start is an advantage at the end. Like, are you guys gonna move? See, here's the thing. Somebody with momentum is now going to sneak through. And then they're going to get stuck. But here we go. Let's see who's going to do it. Who's going to do it? Scott Mitchum. It's yours to lose, Scott. Scott Mitchum with the win. Go banana. Scott Mitchum. So congratulations, Scott. You have won yourself a spool of Polymaker filament. Scott. Ooh, I'm eepy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up here, and then I will, as much as I want to get tomorrow's video finished editing tonight, I think I'm going to finish it in the morning. I'll put it out early, and then it'll be available public either noon or 2 p.m. Eastern. So we'll do that. Let me just fill up this form here. So I will post pictures of the golden Pikachu in the morning. I may use it as the thumbnail for the video because it's a Pikachu and that is topical and very... I mean, he has a Mr. Beast-esque face, so we'll see. But yeah, we're going to call it here. I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. I did not honestly expect it to go this long in terms of clearing. I thought taking the supports off would be like an hour, and then we would move on to something else. But no, it took 3 hours to clean the supports off all those parts. It is what it is. Tuesday, Chubby Tuesday, we'll carry on with the C-bore, which I have right here. So we'll get the rest of the tool head wired up. And then if all goes well, maybe we'll start faffing about with Calico. Danger Clipper. So yeah, so shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. Some of them, like the Gamer Subs link, the Gloop link, and the Vision Miner link, you use code Canuck, you save a little bit of money. Gamer Subs right now is actually having a big sale on right now. So if you do want to get some Gamer Subs, buy a tub, get a free cup, and more. The more you buy, the more free shit you get. And for those that donate to the channel, gift memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create. Without your continued support, you make it all possible. I'm Taylor Canuck Creator. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you in the future. Good night.